This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, I think I'm audible now. There are two types of events, uh, where you can communicate among the components, right? Application type event, component type event. Application type event, component type event. What is component type event? The component type event, one component can fire the event. A component in the hierarchy, any component in the hierarchy can handle the event. So how do you create your custom event? You need to create a file, .evt file, and that would give you uh, automatically this template, ara:event type equal to, and by default that would give application. You have to change that type as component if you're going to create a component type event. Okay, so this is the first step. Then which component is going to fire the event? That component has to register the event with help of ara:register event tag. Okay, and type attribute is going to have a name of the event file, and name is going to have the name for the event that you define, so that you will refer in in the places when you fire the event, when you handle the event. This name you can define. And then how you are going to fire the event? In the JS controller. In the JS controller where you register the event. Got me? So you get the reference and then you run the fire method. Okay, then you need to handle the event. So handling event should have a ara:handler. I think I haven't updated. Huh? Let me go to paintbrush. But it is given in the notepad. Okay, it's not updated over here, but it's given in the notepad. So this is the event file we created, and child A has registered the event, and on button click we fire the event. We call the controller method. From here we fire the event, isn't it? And which component is handled? We had a component hierarchy, parent component, parent A, parent to child A. So here we handle. So handle with the help of ara:handler attribute. Okay. Right. So and then action, and in the action you will can have any type of, you have your business logic. If the event, if you like to uh, pass any data to the handling component, here in this case child is firing the event, so I'd like to pass data, then you can have a parameter attribute. Then you will have expand this, within this close tag and open tag you can declare your attribute. So here I'm going to pass a string value. So how do you pass a string value? When you fire the event, you have to set the parameter. When you are going to set multiple parameters, then braces, parameter, comma, additional parameter you can pass. If it is one single parameter, then you can also use param. Okay, how you are going to receive it? In the handling component which is handling the event, there you are going to use get param, and you just refer the name of the parameter. Okay, and back to event registration. You register with this name, right? With the same name the component which handling the event should get that. One minute. Okay, the component which is firing the event, so there you have to get that reference with the same name, the name what you have given in the when you register the event. The same name you just get the event, because that's how we given the name, right? So that's the name of the event. So you refer that event and get the reference, then fire it. Okay, and we have two phases here, capture and bubble. Bubble is a default phase. If you have a capture, then wherever you handle the event, there you have to give the phase equal to capture, small cases. Okay, so wherever you have a capture, automatically that component will handle. Instead of going in the bubble phase from bottom to top, anywhere any component which is handling the event can have that phase, so that that would be the first component would handle the event. Am I clear to all of you? Is that clear? We are going to see application type event now. Everyone is clear, right? I'm asking, everyone is clear? Shall we go to application type event? Everyone? Okay. So application type event says you have a application type event says a component fire, any component in the application can handle it. Any component. It is like a publish subscribe model. Any component within that application can handle the event. It need not be a hierarchy. It need not be in the hierarchy. It can be a sibling. The siblings, right? The siblings can handle. If yellow fire the event, the blue can handle. If brown fire the event, yellow can handle, red can handle, blue can handle. Got me? So it's like a publish subscribe model. That is going to be your application type event. Okay. In application type event, how we are going to uh, know handle and how we are going to register? We'll see. So I'm going to create a application type event now. By default, everything is application type event only. I just leave this, and now I'm going to create a component. Child one, and here I'm going to register the event. The event file name app. Handle. right? So this how we are going to fire this. These are the different come. Okay, so handle register is same, register is same, but how we are going to fire the event, that is where the difference you will find between component type and application type. So what is the method here? Call handle. Okay, how we are going to fire the event in the case of component type? It's like this. You get the reference component type, you get the reference of the event, and then fire it. Here, application type is a global event. It's not just only component the hierarchy can handle. Every component in the application can handle. Every component in the application, right, can handle this. So it's become a global event. So when it's a global event, how we are going to get the reference? With the help of a utility function. Utility is for common function like a global function, right? You enqueue the action, right? In Apex, it's a utility function, global function. $A get, okay, and what you are going to get? What are you going to get? The event dot, and all you have to do is you have to just give the file name. That's it. Are you able to follow this? Are you clear? You got my explanation? You able to follow this? $A, it's a global event. Get the event. Which event you are going to get? C colon app type event, and this is a global event, so it's always prefixed with E. It always prefixed with E. So when you get the global event, standard event is also a kind of global event, right? You remember we redirect a control to the a particular object record, right? So what did we did here? The contact controller here. We redirected, isn't it? So that is that example. Uh, which example we have seen that redirection to the object record? So let's go to the component reference and I will show you. You guys are able to follow this, what we are talking about. Okay, here if you see, navigate, this is what we have seen, right? Which example, for which example I have seen, I forgot it. Yeah, you see here it is prefixed with E, isn't it? It is prefixed with E. So it's a global event, it's a standard event. Pose colon navigate to object is a standard event, it belongs to the namespace force. So what we see here, the event what we are firing is again a global event. Application type is a kind of global event, and we fire it, we referred it with help of the value provider E dot that file name. That's it. So same thing. Your okay. That's how that you will see the difference between your when how do you refer the component type and application type event. So then rest say the same, remain the same. That's it. That's how you fire it. So register and fire it. So now how to handle it? So which component can handle? Any component can handle this. Okay. So let me create two components. Let me create two components. One I'm going to make it as a sibling, and another as a parent to child. Okay. So I just create a sibling now. Child 2 component. and so child 1 is register and fire, and child 2 is going to handle. Okay, here while handling also we have a difference. In the case of application component type, okay, right, there's no difference, it's same. Event equal to, okay, event equal to that event file name you have to give, like you, isn't it, similar to your component type, right? And then action, and what about the name? In the component type you given name, right? Name is optional here. In the component type you given name, isn't it? Name is optional because we are not going to refer with the help of name here. How we are going to refer when you are firing the event? How we are fire the event? Not with the help of name, right? It's a global. So the name is optional. You need not go with the name here. You just have to can have only event and action. That's it. Let me have an attribute here. So I'm going to set this. Okay, and then I'm going to create a parent component. So I'm going to include a two child here. First child 1 and child 2. So two are sibling, right? Now I'm going to handle this. I'm going to handle in the component in the hierarchy. The component app, parent app component is a hierarchy component, which is a parent to uh, this component. This component is actually firing the events, and I can handle in component hierarchy. I can also handle in any component in the bundle, right? In the component bundle. I'm saying no. When I mean bundle is nothing but uh, in the same application. Got me? So child 2. So child 2 can handle, and parent component can also handle. Everyone is clear here? Handle event. So handled by component there in the hierarchy, and as sibling, not as the hierarchy. It is in the sibling. Okay, parallel component. Right. So now we'll preview this, and before preview this, let me give some variant. I'm going to just include a parent app component. So parent app component as child one and child com, and child one is firing the event. Child two is handling, uh, right? And the parent component hierarchy is also handling. Everyone is clear here? Okay, I've given label. I haven't given label, and I haven't given the extents. So this is from child one and handled by child two. Right? Okay, I supposed to remove that message. I'm sorry. I supposed to remove that message. I just keep only these messages. So when you click on it, then I'm going to get this message. When I click on this, I'm going to get this message. Okay. So as of now, you'll see only the dotted lines. Okay, this is from child one comp, and by the event, you'll see you get the message set in the child to then parent component. Okay, so the sibling can also handle, and component hierarchy can also handle, which cannot be possible, which is not cannot be possible in the case of component type. In the case of application type, a component at any levels can handle, and component hierarchy can also handle. So component hierarchy is handling, and the component at the parallel level, right? It's as a sibling can also handle this. Are you clear with this? You have to follow this. Everyone is clear? Are you good with the component and application type? You got the difference? You got the difference? Okay. There are some differences you should know. Before I give the difference, let me copy this example for you quickly. So application type. Okay. Application type. So create a file. I don't give any description here. You know that already. You have to create the file accordingly. Okay, and JS controller. You know the naming convention, right? Naming convention will be like this, suffix with controller, right? Remember, if you are not familiar, so be familiar with this naming convention. And then child to comp. Okay, then we'll have a to controller. Guys, everyone is clear? And then parent app component CMP, I believe. Is that a name? Yeah. Okay, so this is the component which has a child as these two components. This is firing and handled by this as well as handled by this. Okay, so you got it. So you have to preview this. Okay, you have to preview this with the help of an application. You have to preview this. Okay, when you preview this, you'll see you'll get a message something like this. Okay, then. Some differences you should know when you register and between the component application type. So no difference registering the event. Registration is same. Registration is going to be registered name of the event and file name between the component type and registration and the application type. And there is a difference in handling. There is a difference in handling. In component type, name is required. Name is required. The name you have to define. In the case of application type, name is not required because it's going to be a global event. We don't refer the name here. We just refer the file name directly. Okay, with the help of global variable, you are going to fire it. In the case of component type, you fire it just by get the reference by using the method belongs to component get event. Got me? You follow this, all of you? Okay, so when name is not required, then why should the register, right? Register is optional only. In the application type, registration is optional. But when you see the component, I should know, okay, this is a component register the event, then you can have this statement. I believe the registration is optional. So shall we check that? I go to the component child 2. I'm sorry, child 1, and I don't register it. I comment this. Okay, comment this and refresh. Fire it. Got it. So registration is optional. For readability, I know you have a registration tag, so you know like this component is registered. But without registering, because the name you are not going to use it, right? We are not going to use anywhere in the name. Even when you fire it, we are not use the name. You just use the name of the file, okay? Because it's a global event. We refer with the name, as we discussed in your navigators object. We refer to the name. We don't have any no custom name to refer it, isn't it? So in that case, this become optional. Registration become optional. So right? So you just have to refer with the value provided E and the file name with help of global variable, and you fire it. So registration is optional again in the application type. Those are the differences. Are you clear? Are you clear with this, everyone? Okay, all of you, everyone else. How many of you have done? How many of you are practiced some example so that you find it's easy to understand? How many of you have done any demo practically? None of you? Okay, one person replied. How many of you? Everywhere you see, uh, I think there won't be very less source you will have RA components with LWC training. But I'm going to take one after the other, right? So when I get into LWC, then you will see that's going to be again a new set of framework, a new framework. Unless you strong over here, you'll find that again another new learning. Then you will lose the touch here. You'll not able to compare it. Okay, so the time when I deliver LWC topic, you should be in a position to compare every components, every topic, every the topics, the same how we are going to handle in LWC event communication. Pardon me, how we are going to refer the controller. So those things will have a drastic difference, and some cases you'll find the similarity. In those cases, you should be able to understand the difference, because in how the real-time projects now, you will work in LWC and Lightning both the places. Okay, uh, so you'll have more scope to work in Lightning as well as LWC. You have equal scope. That's the reason I combine this. But it's I just repeat this. It's up to you, maybe, but you are the one going to suffer. For me, you are the one going to suffer if you are not. If you take it very light and don't practice it. Okay. Okay, let's take some example in the object level, so that we can see how to implement a component type. I have, okay, I do have a, I have a new contact entry form. I have a new contact entry form, and where user can enter first name, last name, phone, and email. Okay, and user will enter, hit the button, uh, save button, and maybe you'll have a cancel button to cancel the transaction. Okay, so I have save and cancel. Right, and then there is another a component which is going to display the list of contacts. Okay, so this is going to display the contacts, whatever they are in the database, when the component is loaded. When the component is loaded, I get the rows over here existing. Suppose I have 10 contacts in the database, I get 10 contacts over here. And when user enter the new contact, then that is going to be appended here. Any contact you add, that's going to be appended over here. Okay, and in the first time when you run this component, when they run this application, say it's an application, first time when you preview this application, I get data over here. I get name, okay, I get name here and phone number here. like this. So initially I get all this, okay, and when I load the component, we get this data, isn't it? So to get this data, what you have to do? You have to rely on server, isn't it? Apex class, from the Apex class through JS controller, you'll get the data, isn't it? That's how we'll get the data from the database, right? So this part you have to rely on, depend on Apex server. Am I right? Able to follow this? So when I enter this, the record is going to be saved in the database only, isn't it? It's going to be saved, committed to the database. But I'm not going to get the new record. Suppose I'm adding a new record over here, right? Some record I'm entering over here, and this record is going to be inserted in a database. But how do you have that record over here? How do you have this record over here? Normally, again, you have to browse the database and get the updated list of records, right? But with the help of um a component type event or application type event, any event you can take, I'm going to communicate the record. I'm going to communicate, from one component to another component. While communicating, I'm going to pass the data. So that data I'm going to append here. That's it. I'm just going to append here. So, right. So this case, I'm not going to, make any call to the server. Instead, with the help of event handling, event communication, I'm going to pass the data, whatever the data I entered here. Once it is successfully inserted, then I just pass that data and fire the event, and this component is going to handle the event and get the data. Able to follow this? Able to follow this? So we are not going to, do any SOQL against the database to get the newly inserted record, because I'm going to use event-based communication now. Just get the data. When you communicate, pass the data, and the component which is going to handle the event receive the data and display it. So it is like an array. We are going to push the data to the last element to the array. That's it. After successfully inserted, we are going to append this, because we are going to fire this in the controller side, JS controller side, right? So when you click on a save button, what is going to happen? It's going to insert, then after successful insertion, fire the event. So this component is going to register, this component is going to handle it. So if it is a sibling, then go with application type. Suppose if it is the parent component, then go with the component type. Even application type will also work, but I'm saying if you have any limitation, siblings has to communicate, then go with the application type. If you have a component hierarchy, then you'll go with component type or application type. Both choices we have. You able to follow this? Are you clear? Are you clear with this example? Anybody has any queries? Anybody has any queries over here? All of you simply staring, huh? Everything looks very new to you, all of you. If you haven't practiced any examples, then it's every day is going to be a new day for you. Every topic. I'm asking, able to follow this? So now let me first create the Apex class. Okay, I think I already have a Apex class. Okay. If it is empty, then do this. If it is not empty, then do this, then return one list. Okay, so these apex we can use. Let me create a application type, component type event. I'll go with component. I say contact event, contact rec event. Okay. And we are going to pass the data, right? So what type of data are going to pass? What type of data are going to pass? Contact record. Contact record. Okay, now if you go with the application type, suppose application type, okay, I go with application type. So now contact, new contact is a one component. New contact is one component. Already there. Okay, so this component is going to register. Of course, the registration is not required in the application type, isn't it? So I leave this, and it's going to have a input form element, right? It's going to have an input form element. Input form element. So division, I'm going to use a lightning card. Lightning card. Contact. Okay. First name. In contact. You should also initialize, isn't it? Yes, object type contacts. And where you're going to get the value? C dot new contact first name. Everyone is good here? And then save. This is what we are going to fire the event uh, in the controller on successful insertion of the contact record. Okay, so first call apex, isn't it? Call apex. Get, sorry, insert contact. Okay. So we need to insert the contact, right? So I go with this method. Variable doesn't exist. Okay, right. Insert new contact. So after successful insertion, Okay, after successful insertion, um, I say if it is not equal to null, then I'm going to fire the event. How we are going to fire the event? Dot get, I'm sorry, dollar a dot get, and e dot is the value provider, and c colon the event name, contact rec event. Okay, and you're going to take the reference and then you fire it. So isn't it? So first you have to check whether you're able to fire the event or not. First we'll check whether you're going to fire the event or not, because sometimes this if condition I need to check this how it works. Yes. Okay, so far it's clear to all of you. So let us preview this new component. Okay, new component, and I say class equal to SLDS. New contact component, right? And I'll say access or something. Okay, how do you come to know? This is my lightning card. So how do you come to know whether its record is inserted or not? We'll have some console log as of now. Okay. At ID. So what we are returning, that's also important, right? I think ID we are returning, isn't it? I think ID we return in the Apex class, we return ID only, I believe. We'll check. And then I'm going to have one more console log here. Inside Okay, right. Refresh. The label I need to change. Save. Unable to find action. New insert. Okay. Uh, Unable to find new insert. Insert new contact. Why? Okay. The reason we have to forgot to include this controller, and I believe the name is contact apex. So maybe I'll change the name as label name of the label name. Right. Save. Again, set all back. They return back. Okay. Right. We got the mistake now. Response. It not be. It shouldn't be. Someone has pointed that parameter con required append not extend. Okay. Right. So this must be a response. Right. Right. So let's see. Null is not defined because of this. Because of this. Oh, contact result become undefined. Okay. That's what we got output, right? Earlier. Contact undefined. See, I just give only this and it's undefined. Okay. And why it is undefined response data value? Attempt to dereference a null object. It is null. Why it is? Let me check. Open. Okay, we have missed it. We missed to pass the parameter. So on urgency, curiosity, I just okay, and on urgency, I missed this. We need to include a con parameter, right? Con parameter to pass, isn't it? So set the apex parameter. So Um, this is a parameter. So what is the parameter? On component dot get. Correct. Then no, you'll see ID refresh. Missing value. Last name is missing. Why it is? Why it is? We have okay. If I right, maybe you had a chance to look at it. Where you should where you can pay attention. Possibly where you will make a mistake. Yes. So I'm able to get the ID, but this is not how you uh, get the ID. ID is you have to get in other different format because this is a JSON, right? It's a JSON. So JSON to JavaScript you have to convert. Okay, you have to convert JSON to JavaScript here. I think there is a function called stringify. There is a function called stringify which will convert JSON. We get the response in JSON format. We need to convert that into JavaScript. So when you have JavaScript, then I believe you can able to refer ID, what are the field, it's you can refer. So let's check this, verify this quickly. Let me verify this quickly. Defined. I don't give anything. I just uh, try to display that. Oh yes. Okay. Right. So what I do, I just verify this. If um, not equal to null, then I'm going to fire the event. App event equal to $a dot get the sorry e dot c colon the file name. So what is the file name? Contact rec event. Okay, then you file this. File this, and I just wanted to know whether it's entered here. Okay. Let me see. I just give only mandatory field to verify this. Okay, and cannot read the property fire. Why it is so? Why app event? It entered here. It's successfully entered, but why it is not able to fire the event? Fire. $A get contact rec event. Contact rec event. That's the file name, isn't it? E dot c colon $A. Cannot read the property fire. Why it is? It become global event, isn't it? Contact rec. Okay, maybe the event expecting the parameter. The event expecting the parameter. So app event dot set params. Let us set the parameter, and okay, you got me what I'm trying to say here. I'm trying to set the parameter here. So okay, the parameter name is new contract, and what are you going to set? This is what you're going to set, because that is what you're going to append, isn't it? Component dot get yes. Right. We set the parameter and fire it. Cannot read the property set param app event. Why it is set param app dot event. set params. Yes. So it's set. Okay. Uh, no difference here. Data contact ref event application type. Application type. And fire it. Set param. Get new contact. Anything missed here? Contact get e dot. Anything missed here? Set params. Why it is not working? Set params. Set params is undefined. Cannot read the property. Action. New action. Just need to refresh. Is failed. Contacted instance account will distribute it. Property set params. Okay. Mm. $A have event dot set params. Maybe I'm supposed to give a default value as well here. Let's check. Not exactly. That's not an issue. Read property set params. I'm not sure why it is happening set params. Anybody able to solve this? Why it is happening? Get up, see that? Okay. Where it? Application. Something wrong over here. Set params, new contact with full and I'm not sure what's happening. Okay. Okay. Right. Maybe check offline and get back more. Any possibility can you all connect at 4 o'clock today? Right? Try to connect at 4 o'clock. We'll complete this. Just you have to spend another half an hour. Just an half an hour session, half an hour, 40 minutes maximum. Connect at 4 p.m. today. We'll finish all this. Okay, fine. You can also do this. You can also continue this and see whether you are able to do it. Can you try? Can you try to fix this? Post this in chatter. Why you got in drive also, right? Guys are giving too much workload for me. I upload in one place, so take from there. but this cannot be done always. I just upload it as of for now, but go from the drive. Maybe I want all the files to be uploaded here, but it's duplicate effort, right? There I'm doing, here also I'm doing. Six. You got a file over here. I think one more file, 6B, right? Okay, then see you at 4 p.m. today. Just very short session. Uh, we'll complete this. Okay. See you tomorrow. See you at 4 p.m. Sorry.